Back with more Buffy, and this is episode 9 of season 3. I continue to adore the show, and what they're doing this season is really interesting stuff. Last episode was great. Spike was back, which is awesome, in my opinion. A lot of fun with him. And then we also had the big reveal of what's been going on with Xander and Willow, and Cordelia and Oz found out. My heart was broken into a million little pieces. Cordelia found her like an iron rebar thing, which is... and that bloody fake out. Oh, I swear to God. They got me good with that. Fair play. I mean, it's a cheap trick, and I hate them for it, but they got me good. I genuinely thought they'd killed her. So I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with that story, but I'm also like... oh, my heart. So I just want them all to be okay. But yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen with that. I'd like to think they can work things out, but I really don't know if anyone will. And that sucks. There's going to be this huge divide now in the group. Or the Scoobies, as they are called, aren't they? Officially. And yeah, it wasn't just those two couples that kind of got ripped apart, because Buffy and Angel kind of... goodbye. Because Spike's really cool speech kind of really got to Buffy, and she realised they could never really be friends, and they may not really have a future. Which is actually quite sad, really, after all they've been through. But yeah, I'm really excited to see where they're going to go next with the story, because we ended on such a heartbreaking and sad note in the last episode. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do next. So let's get into it. Oh. 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 Oh, that was gross. It's Nerf or nothing.
But I know that was positively the last time we were ever gonna kiss.
Darn tootin'.
And they burst in, rescuing us, without even knocking? I mean, this is really all their fault.
Okay, fuck off.
They're lied. But then I think I may never get to be close to Oz again. It's like all the air just goes out of the room.
Oh.
Right. I mean, you went through it with Angel, and you're still standing. So tell us, Wise One, how do you deal?
I love you guys.
Oh, wholesome.
Hey, it's Xander. You get this, call me.
Oh no. Oh, sweetheart. Oy vey. She's back to like season 1 Cordelia. I mean, she looks fucking good.
I am ready to ride.
Oh,
And I
God.
have just the stallion. He's so you. I'm pretty sure he won't cheat on you. At least not for a while.
Oh, fuck
But
you.
he's gotta kill
Stab her with your heel. Bitch. Oh, my cinnamon roll. Oh, my other cinnamon roll.
Oz. Wow. Look at us running into each other.
I'm glad
as two
Willow and
people
Xander
with
know
the
it's a
same
mistake,
school
though.
are so likely to do now and then.
I'm sorry this is hard for you. But I told you what I need. So I can't help feeling like the reason you want to talk is so you can feel better about yourself. That's not my problem.
Ouch. I mean, I think that's completely fair enough. To be honest, Cinnamon Roll, let's be real. He kind of probably has a point. If that's what he needs, that's what he needs. Oh, it's not what my heart needs, though. Oh, fuck. You have no right to be upset.
It's an actual old thing, sort of a good luck charm my dad gave me. Too bad I didn't have one of those.
Is it an evil cursed thing?
Excuse me. I'm gonna grab a hold of that crazy little thing called life and let it do its magical little healy thing.
You give up that
Done
easily.
is done.
I'm on the joy train.
Who wants chocolate?
That was like the scene at the end of that episode in season 1. And I like realised they're never going to have like good love lives. Yeah, you should feel bad. Both of you. I like that Buffy's being like aware of Cordelia's feelings as well though. She's not just like siding with her and Xander. Is her injury okay? It's another like iron bar through her. Ah, fuck.
Why me? Why do I get impaled? Why do I get bitten by snakes? Why do I fall for incredible losers? And you know, I think I've finally figured it out. What my problem is? It's Buffy Summers. That's when all my trouble started. When she moved here.
You okay? Loved the look last night, Cor. Dumpster sheets for the dump.
Ugh. You're garbage, you bitch.
I think you need this more than I do right now.
Yeah, I
What's
could
it
use
do?
some luck.
This is going to be a weird thing.
And I wish Buffy Summers had never come to Sunnydale.
What the?
Anya? I wish Buffy Summers had never come to Sunnydale. She was like a good fairy, a scary, veiny.
So it's just like a what if episode. Because I love those things.
But Xander Harris, he's miserable, right? And that Willow freak he hangs with, not even a blip on the radar screen, right?
Oh god.
Well, yeah. They're dead.
Oh fuck. I suppose monsters keep coming because it's still the Hellmouth, isn't it? Even if Buffy's not there. Like, what happened to like Giles and... This is such a cool idea.
No. Cordelia Chase.
We have to find Buffy. She'll figure out a way to save us. She was supposed
love that she
to be
instantly
here, and
regretted
as
it.
much as it kills me to admit it. Play now?
It's not that I don't
Are they vampires?
but I'll give you a head start.
Oh my lord.
This part.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I thought I was done with this. Ooh.
You have all the parts.
I don't. Although I'll tell you what, Vampire Willow is doing things to me.
I've got them. Get the gun.
Oh my god. What the fuck? It must be so fun to like get to play like a vampire version of your character.
Xander. Willow. Hungry?
This bastard!
Back to this one. Before she contacts
I've
us,
forgotten how weird his nails were.
or I'll see you too.
Buffy changes it. It wasn't like this. It was better. I mean, the clothes alone. But people were happy.
Oh shit.
In a big cage.
Watch this.
Oh fuck. She dead? Is she really dead this time? How are they going to undo it then?
Where's the moment?
Yeah, use that. Take that. Will they have to go and find Demon Girl?
Can I play with the puppy?
Be my guest.
If this is an actual puppy, I'm going to need to have words. At least Cordelia wished Buffy not to come to Sunnydale instead of like out of existence.
Just give her the message.
Don't be a spoil sport.
Oh,
Yes.
shit. Oh!
Too hard? So Cordelia wished for something? Well, if it was a long, healthy life, she should get her money back. She said something about everything being different.
beautifully morbid.
Supposed to be.
Oz with the crossbow is like the most badass thing I've ever seen. Oh shit. A crossbow would be my like weapon of choice in any franchise. Oh! Knocked out again. Buffy?
Buffy Summers?
That's right. Want to tell me what I'm doing here?
Oh. Oh my. Just like Lara Croft.
I don't play well with others. Now I'm going to ask you this once, and then I'm going to get testy.
Well, this isn't the dynamic between these two I'm used to. But the Master's like the only thing that's ever killed her. I never really thought about like just how much like a different trainer or watcher would like influence the person type of Slayer you became. It's funny that it was wished that she never came to Sunnydale. She still like ends up coming to Sunnydale. God, this was a different show when he was the big bad.
Hardly.
Do you have any idea what I do to a man who uses that spell to summon me?
No. Hug them?
Bring on the first.
What the? They turn him into Cybermen or what? Oh! Just buy some wine, you freaks. Oh my... Oh, that noise is awful. Yes, Oz. Yes. Oh my god. And that's something I never thought I'd see. Her fighting these two. Ooh. Oh fuck.
The real world now.
Dead again. I don't even remember this when it's all like reversed. Oh, Xander, no! Oh. Oz killed Willow. Oh. Well, this music is quite something. You can walk around people, you know, guys. Is Buffy gonna die again? Just as he was reverses it.
Better than this.
Because it has to be.
Oh. Yeah, just as it gets undone.
I wish Buffy Summers had never come to Sunnydale. Done. That would be cool. No, wait. I wish Buffy Summers had never been born.
Oh shit.
Done. And I wish that disappear on the face of the earth. That would be so cool.
What's Xander doing? Oh man. What a clever story. I adored that episode. I thought it was brilliant. I love What If episodes anyway. Turn Left from Doctor Who kind of stands out. And it's like a two-part in Friends. I think they do like a What If kind of thing. I always find it really interesting. And it does... I'm kind of sad that they just kind of forget the whole events and everything. But I think for the audience, What If episodes are always really interesting. It's a great way of examining where the show is and these characters are now compared to maybe when we started, like in season 1 of a show, and the development there, and like exploring story potential and storylines you may not have gotten to explore before, or never would be able to explore otherwise unless you did like this kind of episode with like an alternate universe and stuff. I just think it's really interesting, and a great way of kind of allowing you as an audience member to kind of reflect on the stories and the characters that the show has kind of brought forward to us so far, and kind of evaluate them in our own minds and stuff. I actually think this is kind of a perfect timing for me, given we kind of had everything that we had in the last episode, and Xander's really been grating on me recently, and he still did at the start of this episode, when he was kind of shifting the blame, and saying, oh, it was Cordelia's fault, really. that pissed me off big time. But I feel like that's more him just covering up his kind of guilt. But I just like him to take the blame for once. But when I have those kind of struggles with characters lately, and then we get an episode like this, I'm like, well, you know, at least he's not a vampire who murders people. Could be worse. And you're watching this thinking, this is really cool, but I miss these characters, and you're rooting for them to fix events and bring back this kind of the old universe that we're used to in the show. So I love the idea of what if episodes, and this was a really great example of one, probably one of the best ones I've seen. And I love how the first half is kind of Cordelia-centric, and she was the one who kind of made this wish. So I wasn't quite sure where they were going. I knew that necklace was going to have something, you know, it was going to do some weird kind of shit. And Anya, I can't remember her demon name. Anya, and she was just kind of introduced, and then she kept saying like, "Don't you wish?" or "Do you wish?" or something like that. She said that a couple of times. It's like, oh, you're getting her to wish something, but I didn't really know what that would do, and then that all happened and kicked off. Really, really interesting idea. I loved that. I loved them going back to that at the end when she was like, done, and she didn't have her power anymore. I thought it was really funny. And this is a great way of kind of highlighting how screwed we might have been, or how screwed the world would have been if Buffy hadn't come to Sunnydale, and if she hadn't had Giles be her watcher, and she had this team of people around her and her friends, because when she was solo she ended up being killed again by the Master. Whereas in season 1, when she was killed by the Master, she had like Xander and stuff to bring her back, and she had this group of friends to support on, which they really highlighted at the start of this episode, where we had like the big focus on the trio of Buffy, Willow and Xander, and then we kind of ended with that shot of them again once it had all been like restored to normal. So I love that kind of highlighting the need, I think, for friendships and stuff. And I like how their conversation at the start of the episode was kind of about how they kind of stay standing after the breakdown of their relationships, and how they just get up and get on with it every day. And Buffy was like, I have you guys, and we saw that, you know, she ultimately died in this other kind of universe because she didn't have them. And then they do ultimately stay standing because things work out in the end and everything gets restored, and you know, they're back to normal in the last shot of the episode. So I really liked that. And that Cthulhu monster at the start was gross. Just wanted to point that out. And I think one of the most important things that this episode did is shows how far Cordelia's come, showing her struggle at the start and everything. And you know, she completely innocently made that wish. And you know, if she'd known what she would have done by making a wish right from the off, and then she still did it anyway, that could have been like, oh, bit malicious there, love. But the fact that she didn't was really interesting, and almost instantly she kind of regretted what had happened, and she wanted to undo it, and she's like, we need to find Buffy. So I really like that aspect of her character development, seeing how far she's come. Because she had that popularity again that she'd been craving for a lot of like the first half of the show that I've seen so far anyway. But that wasn't enough anymore, because she kind of had a lot of, you know, deeper relationships, and I love what they did with that. And also, another great thing this episode did, in my opinion, was kind of, I mean, we knew it anyway, but this really confirms and justifies why this show is called Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and it's not named after anyone else. She is the glue that kind of holds everything together. And this is very much her story. And when you take her out of the equation and take her out of Sunnydale, it all goes to shit. And we had like loads of people dying. Willow and Xander would have died. Although I loved them as vampires, I thought that's really cool. Yeah, Vampire Willow was very nice. And yeah, it just shows that she's at the core of this. Even if Buffy isn't your favourite character, you know, an episode like this proves that you can't deny the importance she has, and she is very much the foundation of the show that we know and love. So I love that this episode did that. And then turned her into like a Lara Croft style. I like to see like a glimpse of like her training and what her Watcher is in that universe. If we'd gotten a glimpse of that, would have been really interesting. But yeah, Oz and Willow feels, again at the start of the episode, completely sided with Oz's point of view there, when he was like, I've told you I need space, I've told you what I need, and you keep like coming up to me, kind of making it seem like you just want to feel better about yourself instead of wanting to help me. And I love that he was like, I'm sorry if you feel bad about this, but this is how it is, so you need to accept it. I thought that was great that he kind of stood his ground for that point of view. And I'm glad that Willow and Xander seem to know it was a mistake, and that is done now, at least in this universe, which I am over the moon about. And Willow had a good attitude, I think, to the truth coming out. She's like, you know, Cordelia has the right, you know, she's justified in her actions and her wanting to like get revenge and stuff, whereas Xander was just being a bit of a dick about it. But you know, it's fine, whatever. And yeah, I liked Cordelia trying to desperately kind of hide her pain, both physically and emotionally, because she had like the injury and stuff. And also she's in torment about her breakup with Xander. And her old friends, like, bitches, I hate them. But I felt really bad for her, which I can't believe I'm saying. I actually really cared about Cordelia, given how it all started in season 1. So that was really interesting. I thought the idea of Anya being like this voice for scorned women was quite an interesting idea. I quite liked that. And just the idea of what they did with all the different people in like the alternate dimension or alternate universe or whatever, I thought it was really cool. I like that Giles was still very much kind of fighting the vampires and had like this whole resistance that Oz was a part of. Angel still went to Sunnydale to protect Buffy, but obviously she just never came. And then he was like captured and tortured. I thought that was quite interesting. And the Master, I wasn't expecting to see that bastard again. That's another great thing about like what if episodes. You can bring back characters you may have killed off, and done things differently. Because imagine how many more people would have died in Sunnydale without Buffy there. And obviously the Master succeeded in his plan in season 1 because Buffy didn't stop him. So I thought that was brilliant. They've kind of brought him back. And again, it just shows how far the show's come. You know, how different the show's become and how much it's evolved and changed and grown since the Master was like the villain in season 1. So I love seeing him again. It's quite interesting. Bringing something different to the mix. So I love that. You could tell it really kind of thought things through about this alternate kind of universe and the effects and implications of Buffy not coming to Sunnydale. They really kind of thought long and hard about it. And I love that they managed to bring back all these different characters and change characters up for the actors as well. That must be cool to play like slightly different sides to your characters. Obviously I feel like with Giles and Oz and stuff, you know, it wasn't a huge change to their characters, just what the characters were doing was different. But then you have like Willow and Xander, they were vampires, they were completely kind of different performances, and I bet they had a lot of fun with that. I'd love to have that kind of big change with my character if you were to do a what if episode. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I loved everything about this episode. Literally everything. I don't know if they'll ever find out about the event of this episode. If they ever find out that this actually happened. I think it's pretty cool that Giles kind of saved the day just as Buffy was killed. I thought that was really cool. And the idea of even when Buffy is wished away from Sunnydale, she's still brought back into it. It's kind of like destiny that she needs to be in Sunnydale, even if in that other universe she wasn't like successful in stopping the Master. And yeah, like showing and showcasing different dynamics that we're used to with like Buffy and Angel and Buffy and Giles. So I thought that was just so clever. I love what if episodes. The possibilities are endless with what if episodes. and given them like 42 minutes, how much they kind of crammed into this episode, but it didn't feel like they were rushing through anything. They highlighted a lot of stuff and showed just how terrible things were. And if Cordelia thinks she's worse off, even though she's popular again in this kind of universe, you know shit's gone down, and you know how important Buffy is. So yeah, brilliant episode. Absolutely adored it. Probably my favourite of the season so far, for sure. Well, there have been some good episodes, but I really loved this one. And probably one of my favourite episodes of the show so far. Just because it's such a unique kind of idea that you can't do that often in shows. You couldn't do like a what if episode every season, I feel. You know, it kind of lose the charm of it. And I just think it was a brilliantly executed one. And a great way of highlighting how the characters have changed, how the show in general has changed. And yeah, showing the strength of Buffy, Willow and Xander, and how that trio kind of always gets through it in the end. So it's kind of cool that we start this episode with like the breakdown of like the group, if you will, because Oz and Cordelia kind of distance themselves from the trio. So it was a great way of kind of highlighting that and how much those people need each other. I hope Oz and Cordelia kind of find their way back into the Scoobies, but whether or not they do, I don't know. I really, really hope they fix things though. Willow just needs to give Oz some time. I feel like there's more hope for Oz and Willow than Xander and Cordelia. So I didn't like that Xander just kind of gave up. Yeah, we called her a bunch of times, but you know, Willow was actively like seeking Oz out. So yeah, he didn't really have the right to be like angry. But there we are, classic Xander. As long as they all kind of make amends, even if none of them get back together, and that will make me ridiculously sad. As long as they get back on good terms eventually. You know, I need that for my very soul. But yeah, oh shit, dropped my pen. I'm an idiot. Yeah, great episode. Loved it. Loved everything that it was doing. There wasn't really a single aspect of it I didn't like, which I think is very, very rare for any episode of TV. Yeah, brilliant. Like, superb. And yeah, I'm just so hyped to see what's going to happen for the rest of the season now. Because you see what could have happened and how things could have gone. And seeing, like, Willow die, and Oz die, not Oz die, Xander die, Angel die again, Buffy die again. It shows how much you care about these characters. So going forward, I think episodes like this really do help. It's a great way of just sitting back and analysing, you know, what you love most about this show. Yeah, brilliant. An amazing episode. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And until next time, thanks for watching.